Canelo Crawford, if they do fight, what's your opinion?
It's very different weight class.
The mega fight between pound-for-pound greats Terence Crawford and Saul Canelo Alvarez is reported to be agreed for later this year in what would be one of the biggest boxing events of 2025. It will see Crawford, Bud attempt to cause a big upset when he moves up a further 2 weight divisions to meet unified super middleweight champion Canelo Alvarez.
See you in the ring. There's loads of things going around at the moment, including a big clash with Canelo Alvarez. Can you tell us what's going on in that situation, and can that happen next?
We shall see.
The last time Terence "Bud" Crawford was in action was back in August when he made his 154 lbs debut to challenge Israil Madrimov, the WBA super welterweight champion. It was a hard-fought contest with Crawford arguably pushed harder than ever before in his career, but he managed to claim a unanimous decision victory to win the title and become a 4-weight world champion in the process. Having experienced firsthand what it is like to face Crawford, Madrimov has now given his prediction while speaking to Boxing News and didn't hesitate to pick a winner.
I think this Canelo will win.
How?
It's a very different weight class. Canelo will win, I think, by decision, Israil Madrimov predicted. Madrimov himself returns to action next month, aiming to bounce back from his defeat to Terence "Bud" Crawford when he challenges Virgil Ortiz Jr. for the World Boxing Council interim super welterweight title. The Uzbekistan fighter isn't the only one to make a bold prediction for the highly anticipated matchup between Crawford and Canelo. Former 2-weight world champion Timothy Bradley Jr. declared, "One man is going to beat the brakes off the other."
Potential fight between Canelo and Terence Crawford. How do you see that fight? Who do you
like Terence.
Wow.
Friend, but he's crazy man. Listen,
However, Alexander Usyk, the undisputed heavyweight champion, threw his support behind Terence Crawford in a highly anticipated potential bout against Saul Canelo Alvarez, which could take place at the end of this year or in early 2025. In a conversation with the 3KR podcast, Usyk highlighted Crawford's bold move to jump up 3 weight classes to challenge Canelo, but also pointed out Crawford's exceptional intelligence and versatility in the ring.
hey, Terence win. Yes.
What? Terence win over Canelo?
Yes, Terence win. But listen, Terence is different man.
Say Terence wins. Yes, Terence wins over Canelo. Terence wins, but listen, Terence is a different man. Terence is my friend, but he's a crazy man, Alexander Usyk said. I say Terence wins. Listen, Terence is a different man. Terence works in 2 stances. He's a very, very, very smart man. Turki Al-Sheikh has been working diligently to finalize the clash between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford. Speaking to TNT Sports Boxing, former 2-time world heavyweight champion Tyson Fury agreed that weight was the deciding factor in the contest. He gave Crawford a chance to beat Canelo had they met years ago in a lower division, but backed the Mexican at super middleweight, where the contest will absolutely take place should it happen.
You to watch it.
Is the skill level of Crawford equalize the weight, in your opinion?
I think if they fought, they'd obviously be the same weight, would they not?
Yes.
Here we have Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez, a very tough fight in different weight categories. What weight would this fight happen? I don't know. At 168, I'm going to say Canelo. At 140, I'm going to say Crawford. So I'll go with Canelo. Canelo has categorically ruled out dropping any weight, which aligns with Bud's goal of testing himself to the limit by moving all the way up to 168 lbs, 14 lbs more than his last.
So Crawford going from 47 to 68.
Maybe he would bring Canelo down to 60 or 54 or something, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know.
Do you have a favorite?
Whether or not the fight can be made remains to be seen, with Terence Crawford much more keen and Canelo Alvarez admitting he will take it for the right price. While Crawford and Canelo is the fight that looks set to be made, Gervonta Davis has now inserted himself into the conversation. Crawford and Canelo have reportedly agreed to a deal for the mega fight to take place this year, bringing together 2 of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the sport. The fight is believed to have come together after the pair met separately with Saudi chief Turki Al-Sheikh in London over the weekend, following a year of back-and-forth discussions on whether it would happen. While most in boxing are excited at the prospect of seeing Crawford and Canelo square off, it seems that another of the sport's biggest stars isn't that impressed.
If I'm easy work, I heard him say, I'm easy work. If I was easy work, you would take all that money that he's offering you.
With Gervonta Davis apparently not a fan of the fight between Crawford and Canelo, his coach, Calvin Ford, has also delivered his verdict on how the fight will go. The debate over who would win between Canelo Alvarez and Terence
Crawford continues to rage on. The fight would be one of the biggest in boxing, putting together two pound-for-pound greats, although it would require Crawford to make a huge jump up in weight. Davis's trainer, Calvin Ford, has now had his say
on the potential matchup when speaking with Fight Hype,
and appeared to be leaning towards the Mexican.
Terence Crawford, Canelo situation, do you think that's a fight where they could get to a weight that makes sense? Do you think that the weight would affect Terence Crawford?
Canelo's the king. Whatever he say, you know what I'm saying?
Calvin Ford expressed his thoughts on the potential matchup between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, stating, "Canelo is the king. It's a good fight, and I'd like to see that fight and the outcome of it. Canelo has been making some good moves for his fights." Ford also reflected on Crawford's performance in his last outing, where he moved up to 154 lbs to defeat Israel Madrimov,
but was unable to get the stoppage. He mentioned it was his first fight. You can't say he didn't carry the power up there. He had to make adjustments. It's like when Ben Aids went up in weight. It's based on them making adjustments.
Ford added, "I hope Terence Crawford can get another fight at that weight so we can show the world it's there. If it's not there, then we start questioning."
I like to see that fight, the outcome of it, you know what I'm saying? And then watching Canelo been making some good moves, as far as fights and whatnot, So, again, he's the king, you know what I'm saying?
So it didn't look like...
Ford finished by emphasizing why he believes Terence Crawford is pursuing a showdown against Canelo Alvarez, stating, "Terence is a bad boy. He's moving up because he wants to get the fight. He isn't getting any younger. He's doing all the stuff he needs to do to put his legacy." Ford also noted that Crawford has been actively targeting a fight with Canelo, highlighting his desire
to make a statement and secure his place in boxing history. Additionally, Ford mentioned that Crawford has recently been involved in a war of words with Teofimo Lopez, with their feud intensifying due to a fresh spat on social media.
I got a question for you, Tank. At 147, how does a fight with you and Terence Crawford look?
147?
147.
In the last 2 years, Terence Crawford made a compelling case for being the top pound-for-pound boxer, especially after his dominant victory over Errol Spence Jr. in their super fight at 147 lbs. However, Gervonta "Tank" Davis, who competes at 135 pounds, was asked about how he would fare against Crawford, and Tank confidently stated, 147? You? No, he is going to sleep. He ain't got no chance. Hey, I got round 6. This bold prediction from Davis has sparked discussions due to the significant weight disparity between him and Crawford. The conversation has also caught the attention of boxing legend Mike Tyson, who shares similar concerns about the weight difference and its implications for a potential matchup.
Who knows? That smile's telling me something else, bro. I think it might be on the line, no?
I'm just saying, man, we can't say it's not going to happen. We can't say that it is. So.
Tyson explained on the Come and Talk to Me podcast on September 20th that it was too much weight for Crawford. He had a close fight with the last guy he fought, Israel Madrim, because he was big and really awkward. He shouldn't have even fought that guy. Tyson makes a valid point. Crawford had one of his toughest fights to date against Madrimov, who was undefeated prior to their encounter, despite being 5'8", which is taller than Canelo.
Crawford has a wiry frame and would probably forfeit mass and strength to compete in heavier weight divisions, but Crawford believes he knows what's best for his body.
What do you think about Terence Crawford calling out Canelo?
I don't like that fight.
Why not?
I don't like that fight. It's just too much weight, and
Crawford told Yahoo Sports before fighting Madoff that he moved up in weight because he wanted to fight the best guy in the division. Nobody can trump the ambition of a professional fighter, and Crawford might have his chance to shoot for all-time greatness against Canelo soon. The weight disparity will only serve to cement his legacy with a victory.
He had a close fight with the last guy he fought, Terence, because this guy was big and he was awkward. He was really awkward. He shouldn't have fought that guy. He should have fought a guy that was just come straight at him. The guy was too awkward.
He's herky-jerky.
And Garcia has made his opinion clear regarding a potential matchup between boxing champions Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, leaving no room for ambiguity. In a recent interview, Garcia, known for his controversial comments, called Crawford an overhyped bum and insisted that Alvarez would come out victorious if the two were to meet in the ring. Garcia, speaking to CBS TV, did not hold back. He accused Crawford of being a boring fighter, claiming he doesn't deserve the attention he receives and that he's simply stealing boxing money.